you have a favorite ball cap you love to wear and never leave home without? Well, then you and I have something in common with Todd Beamer. Hi, I'm Sharon Perry. I'm an ambassador volunteer here at the Flight 93 National Memorial. Welcome to another segment of Their Story Lives Here. Todd Morgan Beamer was born in Flint, Michigan on November 24, 1968, the second of three children and only son of David and Peggy Beamer. David Beamer's success in sales had him move the family quite often, eventually settling in a suburb west of Chicago. It was there where Todd became a fan of all Chicago sports teams, especially the Chicago Bulls. Todd played baseball, basketball, and soccer in school, always wearing the number 23 on his jerseys. Ironically, his favorite athlete, Michael Jordan, would also eventually wear that same number 23. Todd was very popular in school, always easily making friends. In fact, one of his grammar school teachers recalls when she was writing a seating chart for her class, she asked her students to write down the name of the person they would most like to sit next to. And you guessed it, everyone in the class wrote down Todd Beamer. Following high school graduation, Todd enrolled in Wheaton College, where he not only played baseball and basketball, but also pranks on unsuspecting college friends. You never knew when you were going to be the target of a cold water hose down or startled by a firecracker thrown from a dorm window, but it was all harmless fun. It was also at Wheaton where Todd would meet his future wife, Lisa. They would marry in May of 1994 and have two sons, David and Andrew. A third child and only daughter, Morgan, who Todd would never meet, would be born in January of 2002. Todd's father always told him to stay true to his faith, work hard, do his best, and he would be a success. Heeding his father's advice, Todd became a top account manager for Oracle software. On the morning of September 11, 2001, Todd boarded United Flight 93 en route to a business meeting in Redwood Shores, California. He planned on returning home later that evening and hoped to eventually cut back on his work travels to spend more time at home with his family. Minutes after the hijacking of Flight 93, Todd made a phone call connecting with Lisa Jefferson, a Verizon call center supervisor. He relayed to her what information he knew about the hijacking and told her that the passengers and crew were going to do something. He asked her if he didn't make it through this, would she please call his family and tell him that he loved them. Being a man of great faith, Todd asked her to pray the Lord's Prayer with him. When they had finished, Miss Jefferson knew that Todd returned to the others, but she kept the phone line open and listened as she heard some reciting Psalm 23, followed by a voice that said, "Are you ready? Okay, let's roll." Minutes later, the phone line went silent. To his family and friends, Todd will always be remembered as being humble and kind, a loving and devoted son, husband, and father. We will always remember Todd Beamer of one of the 40 heroes of United Flight 93. Thank you for listening. Oh, and by the way, this is my favorite ball cap.